Guys, the SpongeBob Secret Lairs are here. It is that time to start going over these SpongeBob Secret Lairs. Now, we've got a lot of cards to go over. So instead, this time, I'm just going to be breaking down each of the 3 sets. So we're going to be looking at all 6 cards at once because I've done this with individual cards, breaking down each card, and it takes too long. So we're going to try and whiz through these as quick as we can while giving you all the information you guys need. So yes, let's get into these cards. Right, so starting things off, I just want to say, I've said it in other videos, but I want to reiterate that I am not a SpongeBob fan. I have watched limited SpongeBob. I don't dislike SpongeBob, but it's just not my thing. I was never really like watching it as a kid or anything like that. So yes, I just want to say that right now. But I'm super excited for all you SpongeBob fans out there. I'm sure you're very excited for this. So yeah, let's have a little look at what you are going to be getting for your money. So if you don't know, the SpongeBob Secret Lairs are split into 3 separate Secret Lairs. The first one is going to be about the characters. The second one is going to be around SpongeBob memes. And the third one is going to be its environment. So basically all of its lands, right? So this first one we're going to be looking at is all of the SpongeBob character cards, okay? So we've got 6 characters here. We've got SpongeBob SquarePants, Patrick Star, Mr. Krabs, the Penny Pincher, doesn't say the Penny Pincher, Sandy Cheeks, Marshall Astronaut, Squidward Sarcastic Snob, and Plankton Tiny Tyrant. So in this video, we're also going to be looking at the values of each of these cards. And I'm going to say right now, off the bat, with all these Secret Lairs, the value is not good, guys. So if you are hoping to get some nice expensive reprints with SpongeBob art, you're not really going to get in it. There's one card in all of these Secret Lairs. There is one card that is worth a decent amount of money. But other than that, there is none. And they've been quite tactical about where they've put that card in these Secret Lairs. Not in this one, I'll tell you right now. The most expensive card in here is Joda the Unifier, so the SpongeBob SquarePants card. This is a very, very popular commander. So that is one of the worst things about this Secret Lair drop. A good thing about this Secret Lair drop, in my opinion, is that all of these cards are reskins. Now, there's going to be those that are not as excited because of that. The reason this is an issue is because from a flavor standpoint, it's a lot harder to get these cards paired with a flavorful card in Magic the Gathering. They kind of need their own like tailored cards, kind of like what Marvel Secret Lairs had where they got the mechanically unique cards, but that's not really a good thing, guys, but we'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, so these are reskins. So some of you might not like that. I, for one, think it's a great thing, and that is because simply, I think all Secret Lairs should just be reskins. I don't think any Secret Lairs should have mechanically unique cards, because then you get stuff like the Marvel situation, where you have this ultra rare card, essentially, that is extremely hard to obtain. And if you're not lucky, then you don't get to use it. And because it's mechanically unique, it's kind of just not fair because you just don't have access to a card that someone else was lucky enough to have. Whereas with these cards, it's just art. So if you like Joda the Unifier, you can just go and buy a Joda the Unifier. No, it won't have bloody SpongeBob's face on it, but it will still mechanically work exactly the same. So yeah, I think that's a very good thing about this Secret Lair. I like the fact that they've done that. I like the fact that, yeah, it's going to create less feel-bads, I think, if you aren't able to get this Secret Lair. Let's look at these cards, right? So we've got Joda Unifier as SpongeBob SquarePants, a very popular 5-color commander. Flavor-wise, it works. He looks for his friends. That is essentially what he does. That feels very SpongeBob. I'm not the most educated person to speak on the flavor of these cards because I'm not a SpongeBob fan, but I know the basics. Patrick is a vanilla creature. I think that is bang on. I actually think this is the best, most flavorful win. The fact that he just doesn't have an ability and they reprinted some ancient fucking Magic the Gathering legendary with no effect. Like, I think that's hilarious. The color wise, I don't see Patrick as black mana at all. Red, I guess, maybe. But again, I don't really know the character. So people were saying they should have made him one of the Starfish cards, but they're all blue. And from what I know, Patrick could not be less blue. So yeah. And with these reskins, you do have weird creature types on some of these as well. Like Patrick and SpongeBob are both humans. a bit weird, but hey ho, I like the flavor text of this Patrick card. Mr. Krabs Penny Pincher is Charix the Raging Isle. I should have said Patrick Star is Barktooth Warbeard. Yeah, I think they've just picked this card because it's a crab. Sandy Cheeks Marshall Astronaut is a Toski, Bearer of Secrets. This is a popular commander, I think. A lot of people like this card, so that's cool. Again, it's not very valuable, but it is cool. Really nice value engine commander. Squidward, Sarcastic Snob, is Gracilax, Iphalid Scholar. Did I say that right? I don't know. It's basically just a squid. It's one of the only squid cards from Baldur's Gate. So I think that's the only reason. And then Plankton, Tiny Tyrant, is one of the little Phyrexian mites. Skrelv Detector Mite. It's just a little mite. So that's why they've done it. So from a flavor standpoint, this isn't really a win, in my opinion. But my opinion is kind of invalid. So, you know, take that with a pinch of salt. But value-wise, none of these cards. Joe the Unifier is about a $5 card. So the SpongeBob. The rest, no more than $2. Okay, so it's not great. Considering you're going to be paying $30 to $40 and getting, you know, $15 in value. Yeah, it's not great, guys. It's not great. But a lot of the people that are buying this aren't buying it for that. They're buying it because it's got bloody SpongeBob characters on it. Let's be honest. So, yeah. Really, the argument of what it's worth is very much down to the individual. Okay, moving on. Next one is about the memes, right? So basically, they've just taken popular SpongeBob memes, put them on cards. There's been some criticism that these cards have just kind of, they look like copy and pasted screenshots, which obviously they're not. The artists have designed them, but yes, visually they are very much the same. They're images we've seen a million times before. They're not original. So yeah, they very much do kind of resemble just like proxies. But the actual art and the cards do look quite funny. So we've got Counterspell. It's a very useful card. Days, another I think quite useful card. In fact, I'll say right now, I think all of these cards are useful actually. All these meme cards I actually think are useful in Commander. Inevitable Betrayal, Knight's Whisper, and Force of Despair with a little Krabby Patty food token. The Counterspell art-wise, I love. I think it's so funny. Days, a nice free Counterspell as well. Inevitable Betrayal is really good for if you're trying to like steal your opponent's stuff. Even if your deck doesn't really base around that, I think it's still quite funny to use. Knight's Whisper, nice and simple draw value card. And then Force of Despair, another free spell. I think all of these cards being solid cards, like commander cards, I think is great. Because, you know, essentially if you have a blue or black deck, you can literally just pop these in it, which I think is fantastic. Really, really good. And food is a very popular mechanic as well these days, so having a Krabby Patty food token is nice. Including the food token as one of the cards is a little bit, you know, because it is just a token, but I don't know. It's not confirmed. I don't know if they're going to have like an extra bonus card or anything like that. I'm not sure. And I'm not even 100% certain that these 6 cards are going to be in each of the sets, but I just think that's what makes the most sense. Like the art on these are funny. If you love SpongeBob memes, then you're probably going to be all over this. That's what I've got ready to say. The value of these cards, again, nothing more than $2. So, right. Next one. Okay, so the last one, we've got the ones with all the lands in them and Gary the Snail. And this is where I was talking about they've left the most valuable card tactically in essentially is the Secret Lair with the least amount of value because all the lands are worth nothing. Okay, lands aren't worth nothing. They're essentially free if you go to your LGS and steal them from the land center. So we've got Gary the Snail as a reskin of Toxrill the Corrosive. This is a valuable card. I think it's valued around $20. So, you know, it is a popular commander. Is this flavorful? Not really, apart from the fact that it's a slug, it's a slime. So it does slimy stuff. So I guess that's flavorful in a way. But as Gary as a character, yeah, I don't really think it's probably that flavorful, but hey ho. Now, Gary is depicted in each of these lands as well, which I thought was quite funny. So that's why they've kind of included him in this one as well. So yeah, aesthetically, I think all of these lands look really, really nice. I think it would be better if you got 10 copies of each one. Sadly, I don't think that's the case. So yeah. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So yeah, those are the 3 Secret Lair sets that we're going to be getting. So for the good and the bad, the good is that these cards are reskins. I think there's going to be less feel bads. It won't be like the Marvel shenanigans, I don't think. The bad side is that value-wise, there isn't much to see here, team. And from a flavor standpoint, it's very loose, I'll be honest. But are SpongeBob fans still going to buy this? Hell yeah, they are. You know, they're going to be all over this regardless. I don't really think they care. They just want the SpongeBob art, which is what they're getting. So, but there you go, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think about these SpongeBob Secret Lairs. And if you want the perfect deck box to go with your new SpongeBob Secret Lair commander decks, then check out this video where I talk about SpongeBob deck boxes. I think you're going to like it.